The Boston Public Schools are working with a nonprofit to develop a new personalized curriculum for learning math. It's called Teach to One, and it's being offered at TechBoston Academy in Dorchester. To tell us about the program is the school's math director, Alia Verner. Thank you very much for being with us, Alia.
Yeah, thank you, Chris.
I want to get into a little background with you about this program. You've been there for 5 years at TechBoston Academy, and personalized learning, this is something you've already started doing. So tell me, what does that mean?
Well, personalized learning is really focusing on which way and which type of lesson, type of style of teaching that students really adhere to and their learning styles. So what we talk about with our students is, we don't always learn the same exact way. We should have project-based curriculums. Some students like assessments, traditional multiple choice tests, open responses, but there's also other ways to learn. Partner work is something that we've really been working on at our school, small group collaborations. And one of those focus areas is we do not want students coming into the classroom and just sitting. How are they engaging in the curriculum? And also, how is the curriculum personalized to them and their interests? So beyond just the styles of learning and types of learning, we're also looking at why does the material we're teaching really matter to them as a student? Well,
one thing I remember from my middle and high school years is that no sooner do you finish one grade in math, you go to another grade,
yes.
and you're mixed in with students who've been with other teachers, and then the teacher's talking about something and then saying, well, I should have learned that last year, but I didn't, and now I don't know. I mean, you must have a lot of that problem still.
Yes, that's one of the hardest things as a math teacher. Every year we get new students in, and we do diagnostic assessments, and we have students on a kindergarten math level in 8th grade. We have kids that are in 3rd grade math level, 4th grade math level, 5th grade math level. We have kids that come in the middle of the year, and we're trying in that moment to assess where they're at. And we also have this pressure to align to the Common Core standards. So to try and teach grade level content when we have kids that are way below grade level is just doing a disservice to the students themselves. Now there is a way to get them to meet grade level, but we also need to find a way to meet them where they're at and help support that. And identifying that as a teacher in that moment is really difficult to do, and it's been a problem.
Well, the normal way to deal with that is you keep it all in one classroom and you deal with it, but now you're thinking outside the box. In fact, you're redefining the classroom. So what does that mean?
So the new program, Teach to One, it's been really awesome. We've only been running it for 2 months. This is something completely new, even to the district. We're the first school in Boston to try it out. But the essential idea of the program is that every single day, kids are getting 2 separate math lessons that align exactly to what skill they're at. And at the end of that day, they take an exit slip. That assessment determines what lesson they are doing the very next day. So when we talk about personalized learning, every single day, they're getting a new lesson based on their progress and their effort the day before. They switch between different types of classes. So they have some tasks that are 7 days long and projects that are really embedded in cultural context and then tying in multiple skills at once. They also have independent learning zones where they're completing a Cornell note style on a practice sheet. They're also looking at virtual tutors online, getting support, watching videos on the skill. They also have traditional live instruction, which is where the teacher is standing up in front of the class and facilitating, and they also work in small groups and partners. So there's multiple different styles of learning happening.
We're talking with Alia Verner from TechBoston Academy. One thing I gather from what you're telling me is that instead of having 20 or even as many as 30 students in one room with one teacher, you have small clusters. They must be more tightly engaged.
Yeah, there's smaller clusters, and the other difference is they're all working on something that's individual to what they need based on the day before. So instead of just having one lesson and one group of students, you can have multiple lessons going on at the same time. So I've seen personally the kids are more motivated when they walk into math. They feel more successful, they're proud of their work because they know what they're getting is exactly what they need.
What about the teachers? Because this is an adaptation for the teachers too.
Yep, one of the hardest things I think this year is a shift in mindset as teachers, because they take the exit slip and that determines what they're teaching the next day. We don't know what we're teaching until 4 p.m. So our lesson planning usually happens at night or in the morning. So that's been a complete adjustment for us. But what's been really successful, we have an awesome team at TechBoston. We collaborate, we co-plan, and we've worked really hard to develop strong systems to help support each other in the adjustment.
Any sense so far about how well this is working with the students?
Yeah, so it's only been 2 months, so we don't have any concrete data yet. But what I have observed from my students itself and just doing observations through the program, the students are more engaged, they're more motivated. In terms of assessment results, at the end of the day, when they take those exit slips, we're seeing more and more and more kids pass and master these skills every single day.
Thank you very much for being with us. Alia Verner from TechBoston Academy.
Thank you, Chris.
We'll have more news in just a moment.